So it's all starting to come together. We've created a great environment where the team are doing what we do, how we do it in a consistent fashion. They're educating our customers well to push people up that ladder of loyalty to create more raving fans in our business who will obviously spend more money with us. The result of that then obviously is the business and how the business starts to look after you, the owner. Let's think about that then, because this really becomes about accelerating your profits. So this is what we call the 5 ways. Obviously, we want to generate more profit in our business. To do that, we may have to generate more turnover, and it's quite likely that we might have to get more customers. The point is, though, that we can't directly do any of those things because they're all results of something else, cause and effect once again. So what are they the effect of? Well, if we want to get customers, we have to generate leads through our marketing strategies. Obviously, if we've got a bunch of raving fans referring us, then our marketing strategy is very effective because we're creating referrals. Now, the other thing is our raving fans are likely to be A-grade clients, so why wouldn't we want more of them? On the conversion rate, our conversion rate will be higher from referrals, but obviously there are other marketing strategies too. So number of leads times conversion rate gives us our customers. Customers who then come back and deal with us more often and spend more. So number of customers times average sale times number of transactions gives us turnover. And then everything we sell should have a margin attached to it, obviously, which gives us our profit. So the 5 ways are the things in blue. Those are the levers that we can pull in your business to create additional profit. Now, it's really important to think about this in the context of your business. So you can have multiple 5 ways is the point here. So let's just say, for example, that you sell your product or service to both domestic and corporate clients. Now, if you think about the 5 ways for a domestic client, it may be that you have quite a number of leads come through the door. The conversion rate might be reasonably high. The number of transactions, though, is likely to be relatively low in comparison to a corporate client, and the spend will probably be much lower. If we look at the corporate clients, there are probably likely to be less leads coming through the door and the conversion rate may be lower, but the number of transactions much higher and the average spend much higher. If we put those 2 things together in one 5 ways measurement, it probably wouldn't make much sense then, because you'd have the average of averages. So in that context, it makes sense to split them across 2 sets of 5 ways. You can use as many 5 ways as it makes sense to have in your business. Now, the important thing to consider here is not to get hung up on the titles or the numbers I'm going to show you in a second, but the ethos of this. And the ethos of it is very much about dividing to multiply. Again, less is more. So if we can achieve small gains on each of the 5 ways, then those compound to give a bigger gain. Let's have a look at some numbers. Let's say your business generates 400 leads a year. So, for example, that's about 8 leads a week, not out of the realms of possibility. Let's imagine you convert 25% of them. So that gives you 100 customers who deal with you twice a year and spend £100 on average each time. You've got a £200,000 business now. If we apply a 25% margin to that, that gives us 50,000 on the bottom line. Now let's think, if we created really aligned processes where we were teaching our clients well how we do what we do, and we thought about a couple of strategies to apply to each of these 5 ways, would it be out of the realms of possibility to achieve a 10% increase over the period of a year if we tested and measured each of those strategies in line with the 5 ways? Obviously, higher percentages are available. But if we look at the impact of a 10% increase on each of those 5 ways over the course of a year, this is what we end up with. 400 becomes 440. 25 becomes 27.5%. 100 becomes 110 and 2 becomes 2.2. 25 becomes 27.5. Now, none of those increases seem particularly excessive. The compound effect, however, takes us to a point where we increase our turnover by 46% and we increase our profit by 61%, just as a compound result of those 10% increases. There's a couple of really important things to consider here. First of all, we have to define relevant 5 ways measures for our business and go and actually measure them. We need to record them somewhere like a dashboard that we talked about in session 7. When we do that, we can test and measure strategies against each of the 5 ways so we can see what the impact is over a period of time. By doing that, we can obviously create much bigger gains in each of those 5 ways and compound them up to the overall impact on profit during the course of the year. So your job here is to go and define the 5 ways measures in your business and then start to measure them. Get them recorded on the dashboard and then be reviewing them on a weekly basis, deciding what strategies are working, what strategies aren't working, and just modifying them as you see fit. That should give you a really powerful set of measures in your business, which over the period of a year will generate great compound results, as I've just shown you.